Okay, so we are going to create an isosceles trapezoid with a compass. So before we move to this, what is an isosceles trapezoid? Okay, so we've got two parallel lines, and the other part of an isosceles trapezoid is these are parallel, and the sides that are not parallel are congruent. These are congruent. Okay? Parallel's got those arrows, congruent's got those lines. Okay, that's how we tell the difference. All right, so the first thing we are going to do with an isosceles trapezoid is we're going to make a line. And then we're going to use our compass to make a parallel line. So I'm going to pick this point down here to do it with because I feel like that's easier. I'm going to make a line parallel through that point. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a line perpendicular through that point. So I'm going to take my compass, I'm going to put it on one end, and I'm going to make sure the other end touches that point, and then I'm going to make a nice big arc. It's such a big arc, it's almost a half circle. And then I'm going to take my compass and put it on the other end, widen it or shorten it to touch that point, make a big arc. Then I'm going to put a line through that. I'm going to make it extra long towards the bottom, because once I'm done, I'm turning it sideways. And I'm going to pick 2 points on either side of that point. So I make my compass rather small, put the pointy end on that point, make a mark, and turn it over and make it the other way. Okay? I'm going to label this A and this B. And then I'm going to put the pointy end on A, and I'm going to make it in between my point and B, and I'm going to make a nice big arc. And then I'm going to put the pointy end between B and that point, make a nice big arc. And then I'm going to draw a line through this point. So we've done this a couple of times where we've made parallel lines. I do have this recorded as well. But remember, I'm recording this too, so you can always slow it down. Okay, now my issue is that I need these two lines, when I connect them, to be the same length. Okay? So we can do this a couple of different ways. I mean, I feel like I set this up so that it was longer than this, so I could simply measure this segment. To measure this segment, I put the pointy end on one of the end points, and I make my pencil end the same. And then I'm just going to put it on the other end point, and where it crosses, they're the same. So then I can connect them. Another way is to measure this distance right here and make sure it's the same on both sides. Okay. So I think it's hard to tell sometimes with making these shapes with a compass because there's so many circles and all of that in there. So sometimes I color in where the shape is, mostly so you guys can see it, but if you're having trouble seeing your own as well, you can do that too. So that yellow part right there, that's my isosceles trapezoid, because I know these two are parallel, okay, right? Because if two lines are perpendicular to the same line, then they're parallel to each other. And I know these two, because I measured them, are equal. Questions about how to create an isosceles trapezoid with the compass? Okay, I am going to stop recording now, and I'm going to go over last night's homework.